Transformers Legacy Evolution Beachcomber is a pretty neat mini-bot that isn't too much or too little. He hits that sweet spot like Studio Series Beetlebee, or if you want a modern example, because I wrote this in the summer of 25, Age of the Prime's Big Convoy. The not so sweet thing is how hard Legacy Evo Wave 3 was to find. I feel that they produce less of this wave. It's a good guess, but I could definitely totally be absolutely wrong. Either way, the fact that our lovable pacifist got a re-release is telling me something. Other than the fact that I paid way too much for Beachcomber in an eBay auction. I'm kind of glad I took a long break in between videos because in the original script I said something, I hope the Titan Class Nemesis gets another run. So either Hasbro is tapping into my conversations or everyone was praying as much as I was. I really enjoy the very minimal sculpt work with all of his panel lining all on his torso, in his forearms, all around his legs, and on his feet. I also really enjoy the metal plates on the back of his forearms and the engine details on his back and chest. Of course, the clean head sculpt, but some emotion would be nice, you know. Especially when you're a pacifist that loves nature, you're gonna have a... Also, he has some nice vent details on the back of his head. It kind of kills the emphasis on the emotion thing, so I like... At the end, they say, like Yoda, I speak. The paint is pretty good too, for what there is. What else is there to say? He doesn't have a lot, because he doesn't really need a lot. What you see is all he really needs to be painted. Beachcomber's articulation is what we would come to expect from modern day Transformers, starting all the way back in Siege, which continues all the way now, until Age of the Primes. Although I do realize that I may have chosen not great examples because these two don't have wrist rotations, and wrist rotations is also a common thing these days. Beachcomber's head is on a ball joint, so he could look up this high, which is very little. He could look down all the way, well, not all the way, but enough to where he looks depressed. You got a little slight head tilt. Could look left or right. He cannot do a full 360, but I don't know why you would want to do that. Speaking of 360s, the arms go all the way around 360. They go all the way out, but the wheel obviously gets in the way, so not all the way out. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got a more than 90 elbow bend. He's got a wrist rotation, but not 360 because the little arm panel gets in the way. He's got a waist swivel, 360, unimpeded because he has no backpack to speak of. The leg goes that far forward, that far back, which is pretty surprising if I do say so myself, because not a lot of Transformers get to do this. He has no backpack to speak of. The leg goes that far out. Obviously, if you move the arm out of the way, it'll go that far, but if you have the arm just bend out like that, it's just straight line. He's got a thigh swivel, nice and smooth. Very smooth, buttery smooth. 90-degree knee. It's better to look at it this way, but yeah. Last but not least, he's got ankle tilts. Or ankle pivot. I mean, might as well pay respect to one of the greats by doing this with good old Beachcomber. Beachcomber's accessories are very minimal, but let's be serious, what could he possibly come with? Anyway, I guess it's not technically an accessory, but since it's named on the box, it's also in the gift paper thing. So here's Paradise Parakeet. It's literally just a tiny piece of rubber with a giant paint splotch of green all over it with some tiny ass little white dots for eyes. Beachcomber has two little ports on his collar area so he can simulate the little birdie being on his shoulder, kind of like Rockstar Foxy. Or I mean the actual pirate for the non-FNAF people in the audience. Those ports are blast effect compatible, so you can have them shooting up into the sky or boosting in vehicle mode. I don't leave Paradise Parakeet on Beachcomber because I feel like that if I just leave it on there, they're going to fuse together, and I'm going to try to take off Paradise Parakeet, and either one, Beachcomber is going to break, or two, the Paradise Parakeet's going to rip in half, and then I'm going to have to glue it, and then I know it's just paranoia, and I don't care if like nothing actually happens, and my only source base of this is by leaving it in there, taking off the little birdie, and for some reason it's like kind of stuck onto him a little bit, so I take it off and it feels like he was stuck onto me. Doesn't matter, just don't fucking do it because you might break your toy, okay? For Beachcomber's other accessory, that leads us to the Evo Fusion. So, what could it possibly be? Well, none other than Beachcomber expressing his right to bear arms. Sure, he's a pacifist, but it doesn't mean he can't have protection at least. I still think it's silly that the gimmick is that he can hold his weapon. Like, that's what it is for majority of Legacy Evolution, but while everyone thinks it's shitty, I think it's pretty whatever, actually. At least better than United's gimmick of just being the 40th anniversary of Transformers. Want your Beachcomber to transform? Well, let's do it. First off, you gotta use the slider joint, bring out this old bar piece, then we go to the legs. You're gonna go to his feet, actually, not the back of his legs, and then you're gonna bring out the roll bar piece and the little seats that are his heel spurs. Then you want to open these panels, easy peasy. Make sure the legs are straightened out too. Okay, they are. Tab them in. Move this whole assembly. Tab in the seats into this little section here, those little slots. Just line it up, there you go. Oh yeah, make sure the roll, okay. Let's take the roll bar pieces and put them together. These panels. And then you're gonna tab in the arms, so they're gonna tab into right here. This tab right here, the one in the middle. So tab in there. And make sure you tab it in there. Same thing on the other side. Who's the first? Who's the first? Oh, who says that? Then you pretty much got it. Obviously, there's one more thing you got to do. Make sure you grab the gun. Easy peasy, just tab it in. Bada bing, bada boom. You got Beachcomber transformed to his. Is it a dune buggy or is it just a regular buggy? I don't know. Right, or like, would you take this to Glamis or would you take this to the beach? His name's fucking Beachcomber. You take it to the fucking beach. Beachcomber's buggy mode is pretty cute. It's a nice little vehicle, and the transformation is super simple to flip back and forth, which could honestly go for all the mini-bots, if we're being honest. So I already talked about the sculpt, but only really went over the robot mode. but not the vehicle mode, because I mean, you know, it's just a carryover. But there is only one thing that's in the vehicle mode only, and I completely forgot about it. It's a little dashboard with the steering wheel and all that jazz. I don't know what's on a buggy, because I've never driven a buggy. But hey, at least I got it now. You also can't blame me, because literally the bottom of his feet, and it's covered by the roll bar. See, like, it's literally covered for the most part. I'm a real big fan of the heel spurs turning into the seats for the buggy. That's a good reuse of parts, if I do say so myself. It's almost as good as Longhole's gun being the little foot thing for Mixmaster. Like this, good reuse of parts. Another good reuse of parts with the heel spurs. 86 Devastator. Review in 2045. The weapon storage is pretty fucking genius as well, of the gun becoming the front bumper. It's so obvious that it's a gun, but honestly, who cares? It's just a fucking toy, man. As you may or may not know, and it's a pretty cool thing too, but we'll see how bad that line ages in like 20 years. But Beachcomber has rubber tires, which is why Parakeet's also made of rubber. Disregarding irrelevant birds, Beachcomber does have very smooth rolling. Sure, it's not as smooth and continuous as Revenge of the Fallen Scrapper, but it's nothing to scoff over. Honestly, I think Beachcomber is a one and done for me, because I'm pretty satisfied. I honestly don't know if I would have felt the same way if I had the Power of the Primes one, considering it's not in scale with what we're currently getting. I really don't know where you could go from here besides maybe a Masterpiece figure, but I don't know if Masterpiece is heading in that direction, since as far as I can tell, the last thing they released was God Bomber. So that's a completely different realm from G1. Well, it's still G1, but not traditional G1, I guess I'm trying to say. It's great that he got a re-release so other people can enjoy him as much as I do. I definitely should have waited, but I mean, oh well. There's nothing I can do now besides drown in my collector sorrows. Well, I've been Halo Nuva or Frankie or Offhand Reviews. And this is Offhand Reviews, hopefully breaking the 50 billionth silent era. I'll see you in the next video, whatever and whenever it may be, because I keep saying that making videos is an interesting hobby, but it doesn't seem like it's a hobby when I barely fucking do it. Now I must get Ruckus. Hold on. Where's Ruckus's little birdie? Ooh, 86 Devastator. Why does he smell like carne asada? Hey, call Sabrina Carpenter. Her album Short and Sweet's got some competition with this video. That's actually a 20-minute video.